This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1, and it reads, This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kwadash. Yahweh being the name of the Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh meaning He exists. Bahashem meaning in the name. Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yahushai meaning He delivers. Bahashem in the name. Rakaha Kwadash, Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach one who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the Akwathium listening and learning in sincerity and in truth and in silence. Shalom. Akyam meaning brothers, Akwathium meaning sisters, Shalom meaning peace be unto you. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp here in Toronto with another lesson. And we'll get right into it. Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High. Right, these scriptures. These scriptures contain the commandments, the laws, the prophecies, the history, right? The Old Testament, the New Testament, the Apocrypha, which is part of the Old Testament, right? The volume of the book. And the law that endureth forever, right? The law that endureth forever. Malachi 3 and 6 says, I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Roughly paraphrasing. Right? The Most High hasn't changed. Anybody teaching you that the law is done away with is a bug out. They don't know what they're talking about, man. All right, let's get that in Malachi since we quoted it. Malachi 3 verse 6. And it reads, For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Right? The Most High is not a flip-flopper. The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, He doesn't flip-flop. It says there He changes not. Here in Baruch 4 it says the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. Right? And who's keeping it to the best of their ability in these days and times? The elect. Lord willing, we're of that number. Come to life how? This knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding quickens you, man. But such as leave it shall die. Right? You walk contrary to this truth. Nothing but destruction is in your future. Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, right? You Israelites, Israel being a people before a place, and take hold of it. Take hold of what? This knowledge. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. The light. Who's the light? Yahushai. That thou mayest be illuminated, right? Illuminated, bearer of light. What light? This knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding, this truth. Right? And we're entering into some times where if you don't have the Spirit guiding you, right? You're through out here, man. You're going to die out here. You're going to perish. Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1. And it reads, But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, right? Giveth your mind to the law of the Most High, these scriptures, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, right? You're occupied meaning to you're studying it. You're 24. You're working in the meditation of these scriptures. You're reading. You're studying. You're meditating on precepts. Right? You're doing daily video epistles. You're hitting the highways and the hedges. You're occupied in the prophecy. You're watching the news. You're filtering what's going on in the news through the scriptures, right? Well, seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies, right? You're going to be locked in. You're going to be reading these scriptures. You're going to be looking for the prophecies, right? You see breaking news, you filter through the scriptures. And who's doing that in these days? The elect. Lord willing, we're of that number. Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8, verse 32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways, Israelites. Because only the Israelites are under the law. It says here, blessed are they that keep my ways. Right? And who's going to be keeping the ways? Once again, to the best of their ability, once again, the elect. Right? Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Right? Hear instruction and be wise. And where's the instruction and the wisdom? In these scriptures. And refuse it not. Right? Don't buck up. Don't scoff. Don't reject. Verse 34. Blessed is the man that heareth me. Right? The words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai are in the volume of the book. It says here, blessed is the man that heareth me. Right? If you're reading these scriptures, if you're occupied in meditation thereof, if you're inclining your ear to your spiritual teachers, it says here, blessed is the man that heareth me. Right? Watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors, right? The gates, the doors of what? The gates of what? Wisdom. Right, it says here, daily, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. It's like picture being a parent and you're waiting for your child to come home from school. Your child's young, 8 years old, 9 years old, and they walk home in groups with other children of the same age, and you're at home waiting for your child to arrive. You're watching from your door. You're watching from your window. Right? So is the man that's hearing these scriptures. He's watching for the he's enthusiastic about this truth. Right? He's watching for this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding. Verse 35. For whoso findeth me findeth life. Right? Whoso findeth this wisdom findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right? And ultimately the Lord has chosen his elect from the foundation of the earth. Right? But you still got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Lord willing, we are that number. Fear and trembling. Philippians 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, right, beloved Israelites, saints, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, right? And this is Paul speaking to the Israelites in Philippi, right? Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, right? Work out your own salvation, man. Right? I can't save you. You can't save me. Each man has his own walk. Right? And how do we work out our salvation? By staying locked in, occupied in the meditation thereof. Of what? These scriptures. Stay prayed up, ceasing. Shalom to the hopeful elect.